was a whim. A whim. A whim. Today I had a bath. I was soaking my foot because my foot still hurts a little bit. And I suddenly, after the bath, was like looking at my hair going, ew. And it was down to here, really, if you can see the previous videos. I thought, shall I make a video about cutting it? And I was like, no, because I've done that before loads of times. If you want to see me doing that, watch it. But I did have some, I just started trimming it. I just trimmed the end off and I was like, it's not enough. Then I trimmed a bit more. It's not enough. Trimmed a bit more. Kept going. Hello. Kept going. I was like, yeah. So I was using nail scissors, not even like good scissors. So yeah, so if it's not looking great, that's because I cut it myself with nail scissors. So, it's pretty good for that. Thank you very much. I think it's alright, exactly, for that. And then after I cut it, I suddenly thought, hang on, I had a dream last night and I cut my hair in the dream. And somebody said, oh, your hair looks good like that. And I was like, oh, yeah, thanks. I used to have it like this. And for some reason, I changed it. And then, so that was my dream. So hang on, there's too much light in here. Above light, I just, trying to sort it out. I've got the light up there and the light in front of me, so it was a bit too much. So yeah, it says 0 people. Philip, you were here and now you're gone. But, so, yeah, I think I look a little bit like Sweeney Todd. Attend the tale. So, Sweeney. But, yeah, that's fine. So it's fine. I thought maybe I needed some more trimming, but actually, considering I just did it with a little tiny pair of scissors, it's not looking too bad, really. Thank you very much. Yes, well, it's difficult, and I probably would have cut it all the way up here, but I was like, I don't know what I'm doing, really, and I've only got these tiny little, the tools are not right for doing it any better than this, really. What the shortest I've had it is about to there, and I had it slightly shaved at the back, but I do not have, to do that myself would be foolhardy, I think. I don't really know how I'd do it. I'd just be like, what the? And it's fine. It's just, it was just annoying me because I've been wearing it up when I'm out and about. I've probably been wearing it down for the videos more than anything else. It's like, there's my hair, but then the rest of the time it's like, no, I'm not. As I'm lying in bed, it was strangling me. I was like waking up with like surrounding my, like an umbilical cord around my throat, choking. It's just, no, don't want to do that. So yeah, it's much better because I'm not going to be, I don't need, and also, I kept losing, I had a little clip that was keeping it up, and it was getting so long that it was like the clip wasn't really, it's just like slipping, and it was looking a little bit messy, and it was like, so it's just not that flattering. So it's better like this because, for day-to-day activities, much, much better. So this is my hair. So then I was like, why haven't I, in the dream I was like, I don't know why I haven't had it. And I remember because I was with somebody that I cut my hair myself. The last time must have been 2015. And I know this because I'd done it before many times. And I did it. And the person I was with at the time was like, why did you cut your hair? Why didn't you even ask me? It's like, because it's none of your business, really. If you're with somebody and you cut your hair, it's like, it's tough, really. You don't like it? Tough. It's not your hair. Whatever. You've seen me, they'd seen my videos before. My hair had been at this length and shorter. And so, what is the problem? I don't know. So I've not cut my hair or been with anybody since because who wants that sort of hassle? Nobody. So, yes, independent person. Shackles of other people's expectations. No. Don't tell me what to do. So that was a bit traumatic, but so that's okay. So now I like it like this. It's fine. Got nobody to tell me what to do. I'm like, why did I keep? It's like, also, my mother has always said, after a certain age, which is like 20, I think, according to my mum, yeah, every woman looks like a witch if they've got long hair. I don't like people with long hair, and I never had long hair when I was younger, because she'd cut it shorter than this, and I'd get like a fringe, so it would be really and a bowl. It was not even a bowl cut. It was just sort of higgledy-piggledy. And I remember when I was about 12, I was like, Mum, I want a haircut from a real place. I don't want you to cut my hair anymore. And she obviously was offended by this and dragged me to a place that was I've told you this before, I'm sure, but the place that it was there, it was a unisex hairdresser's, but it was really just a barber, and she also cut, she had lots of pictures of Afghan hounds, so she trimmed dogs' hairs, and mainly men, and also anyone else that went in there. So it was a mess of a haircut. To be honest, it was very short, so actually thinking about that, that might have been, I mean, it wasn't shaved at the back, but it was probably the shortest. So it was like a little boy's cut. It wasn't even a pixie cut. It was just a mess of a cut. So that is probably... And I had glasses at that point. So, you know, Josephine, the way that Josephine looks, well, sort of like that. So Josephine's character is basically based on what I looked like aged 12 to 13, because it took a while for the hair to grow out, really. And it was... the best you can hope for from somebody that normally cuts dogs' hairs. Really, dog's hair. So, do I dye my hair? No, I don't dye my hair. This is my hair colour. You can see, if you look up close, all the colours there, that's the natural colour of my hair. So, I think I put henna on it years ago, but any stuff that had henna on it would have been that sort of there. So, not since there. So, I've cut that off now. So, this is the colour of my hair. It was, when I was younger, a lot redder than this, I think. But it has got, yeah, it's redder in the sun. Like, my mum was like, you definitely don't have red hair. Because my mum's got reddish hair, but she hasn't got the gene for red hair, as we discovered when she had her genes tested. It's like, no, you don't have the gene for red hair. And yet, she definitely had red hair, and so did my grandmother. So it must be a different gene. And I think I have got that gene, but it doesn't show up when you do the gene test because it's not the normal red hair gene. It's not like see this here, see this colour. That's the sort of colour of red hair a lot of the time. My mum's hair colour was sort of dark Albany colour, so it's chestnutty red, sort of not gingery red. And I think in certain lights mine shows that. But my mum's vehemently saying, no, my hair isn't like that, she says, about my hair. But and my dad was like, how can you say that? Because he's seen it in the light. But I think my mum's very, her hair was, I mean, she started going grey when she was probably in her 30s or something. And she used to dye it, so it stayed red, but in a different colour red. But no, this is not dyed hair. I have coloured my hair in the past, but not at the moment. No, this is the colour it grows. La 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 la. So yeah, so it probably, I don't know, maybe it'll go white overnight, and I'll just have to live with that. But this is it. Slightly wavy, slightly messy, brownish, reddish, greyish, ish. So this is my hair. It's not a wig, it's my hair. This wig, see, I can go, oh look, it's my Miley Cyrus wig I forgot about. The Hannah Montana wig. Somebody offered me money for this. They saw the old video. I just found it. I was like, I don't know where it is. They're like, I'll give you money for that Hannah Montana wig if you don't want it. I'm like, what? Somebody, I think they must have been a young person, was saying, send me it for my birthday. See, you don't want to buy this wig. Look, it doesn't even fit my head. This is after I've cut my hair. So, I know, it's somewhere, it's a very cheap wig. I can't even work it out. Where's the front? There's the front. Yeah, there's the front. So I'll try and get it on the natural way. I'll try and get it on properly. It's harder to put my hair underneath it now that it's, ironically, now that it's shorter, because I could put it in a sort of bun affair before. No, can't do it. This is not going to fit on my head. It's too small. So this is me as Hannah Montana. Yay. So people are seriously offering to buy this wig. It's like, what's wrong with you? This is a terrible wig. This is the worst wig I own, and I've got some bad wigs here. But, yeah. Oh, see this? No, that's not it. That's, that's sort of, my mum's hair was redder than this, but sort of going towards that thing. It doesn't look very red in this light actually, but so that's not the one. I know she had a hairpiece specially made to because she always had quite short hair, because as she said, I look like it was, I think she had a traumatic experience that her father must have told her that she looked like a witch with longer hair, and so she's very vehemently against long hair. It's not my problem. I've had long hair, and I've probably, that time has passed, so I don't know whether I'll let it grow long again. I don't know. Maybe, if anything, it's just like sometimes it was so long I was like, oh, I just want to shave it off and just have done with it. But this is probably about the right length for me. I mean, when I graduated, it was sort of, I had it cut just before, and it had a sort of floppy bit there and sort of short hair, and so various different lengths. And that quite suited me, and it was quite nice and, you know, easy to just get in the shower and go, ooh, my hair's done. Yeah, it does get tangled around things, and it was getting very unwieldy. It's just like, oh, you know, and when I had the bath, it was like big chunks of it coming out, and it's just like I took the plug hole out, and there was just like loads of it wrapped around the plug, and it was just like, oh, I can't be dealing with this anymore. There's just hair everywhere. Too much. Anyway, enough about my hair. How's your week been? My ankle's getting a little bit better. It's not well. It's still a little bit touchy. And I've cancelled all my engagements for this week, because I don't really think that, because some of the things I had a gig on Friday, and I would have had to walk quite a long way. I would have first of all had to take public transport quite a long way, all the way across London, and then walk part of the way, and I was like, my foot isn't going to stand up to that, and I don't want to. After the last time I went out into the world, I was like, no, I'm staying in. So I've cancelled everything that I had this week, so I've got nothing on. I've got clothes on, but I've got nothing, no engagements on. I've got a shopping delivery coming, I think, next week. I've got another approved food thing coming with the mystery box. But it's like, you've had enough of my mystery box. I can't get enough of these mystery boxes, though. I'm just like, oh, there's so little in my life. I want a mystery box. I was like, what? And I got some more coffee coming in that as well, and nice stuff. Chocolate almonds and things like that. So I know that I've got that. I don't know what's in the mystery box. I never know what's in the mystery box. I don't usually eat much of the stuff in the mystery box. It's still there 6 months later, or I give it to somebody else if it's still in date. Sometimes the things are not out of date, and then it's like, would you like this? It's still edible. Have it. But I can't get enough of them. The lovely boxes of delights and the things. There's not much in my life, really. Yeah. Oh, so if you haven't seen the spooky history thing that's coming out, that came out the week before last, of the reincarnation, go and see that. And there should be another one coming out. And I've promised them another one quite soon about sleep paralysis. So I need to write that. That's what I'm going to do this week. So I was going somewhere with that. I've got to write that this week. So that's something that I need to do. But I don't need to go anywhere for that. So that's all right. And maybe I should do some more art. Mystery boxes. Oh, it's a place called Approved Food. That's like they sell mostly out of date or overstock food, but it's food that's still edible. But you know, because a lot of the best before dates don't mean anything. You know, some of the things are 2 or 3 years after the best before date. Some of them there's months to go. I mean, I've ordered, and you can see when the best before date is, so you can make a judgment of whether you want that. Whether, you know, if there was like a fish fillet or something, I would say don't get that. But it's not. They don't sell stuff like that. Usually packets and cans, which have got a far longer shelf life than they put the stamp on for. So it's fine. But some of the things, as I said, I've got things that are not date up until 2023 even. So it's not all bad food, but so you pay £1 for the box, but then you have to get other stuff, and it's I think £3 delivery. So I've ordered £27 worth of stuff, and that's including the delivery. So that's mostly like coffee and almonds and foofy stuff, and then a box of fun. A box of fun, £1 worth. It's just like, you know, when you get a cat and it goes in a box, and that's me really. I just want the box. So see, I've put a lot of the boxes. You you know, the shortage of, I just realised, you know, there's a cardboard shortage. I've put a lot of it in recycling, but I'm just looking in here, all the boxes that I've still got left over. So maybe I'm partially responsible for this cardboard shortage. I should probably put them in recycling. It's raining at the moment. I will put them back in the recycling. And then I've got a box with my, oh look, yeah, this is one of the boxes. See, this is the company. I've got wigs in that box. They don't sell wigs. Hello, green machine. Yeah, so that's what I've got. Ooh, so there's no guitars in the boxes. That would be nice if they had a guitar in the box. Hey, a guitar in the box. A lovely free box of stuff. It's not free, it's a pound. A pound's worth of stuff. The cardboard shortage, yeah. There's a cardboard shortage in the country. Why, oh why? Everything has gone out of stock, especially crisps, I've noticed. And I wondered why I couldn't get Walker's crisps, even though I got some Walker's crisps in that box the other week. But the Walker's crisps I got were a little bit out of date. But the ones that are in the shops are not available at the moment because they're out of stock, because of some problem. And I looked it up. And do you know what the problem is with the Walker's crisps? It's that there's an IT problem and you can't get the Walker's crisps anymore. And oh no crisps to me. Crispy crisps, I love the crisps and I can't get any crisps. Everything's running out. Yes, it is. And the website from Tesco's was down yesterday because it got hacked. So you can't even get anything. And that's a fact. Nothing available. Everything's out of stock. There's no carbon to be had. There's no gas to be had. There's no electricity to be had. There's no crisps to be had. And all the cardboard is gone. All the cardboard is gone. No cardboard anymore. But what shall we do? What shall we do? What shall we do for Christmas? What shall we do? Oh, what shall we do? Oh, what shall we do for Christmas? Christmas is cancelled. Oh no. What shall we do? As you can tell, that was a made-up song that I hadn't written. I just... Why do I do this? I just feel the need sometimes to express myself in a terrible way with my lack of talent. But I'm obviously very good at cutting my hair. You go to the moon, yes, the moon is made of green cheese. Is there a cheese shortage? There probably is a cheese shortage. I was reading about rationing in the Second World War, and apparently the cheese in the Second World War was always one sort of cheese. It was like a government-sanctioned cheese. They could only make one sort of cheese, and so the British cheese industry collapsed during the Second World War, and it didn't recover until the 60s or the 70s or even later. I know that in the 80s you could get all sorts of new cheese. They started making all new cheese, so it might have even been then. Because I remember there was a big thing about Limeswold cheese. Limeswold was the first new cheese to have been made in Britain for hundreds of years. A brand new cheese. And it didn't last very long. I think Limeswold was a little bit like Brie or Camembert, only British, I think. But I remember seeing Limeswold in the local Quick Save. I was like, woo, when I was a little kid. I just remember I got a new pair of glasses, irrelevant to the story, but I was like, oh, I like my new pair. They were terrible glasses. They were actually, when the time of the Josephine glasses, I got these. And I remember seeing Limeswold. It had been in for a couple of years, I think, but I'd not really bought any Limeswold. But I don't know when it was, but it had been sold for a few years. And I was looking at the Limeswold in the Quick Save in Cumbria and Newtown. No, Cumbria and Old Town, actually. Irrelevant to the story. The most important bit of the story was it was open and it was full of maggots in the shop. And so I did not buy the Limeswold. And I told my mum about the Limeswold. And I don't think she told the shopkeepers about the Limeswold. We just went, ew, and walked away from the Limeswold. Emo was invented in the war. Excuse me? Spam. Oh, spam. Spam was American. It's spiced ham. See, I know all about rationing. Spiced ham. They had to use. They had to persuade people to buy because it was all new, and it was like, oh well, you can't get fresh meat. Why don't you use spam, spiced ham? It's fun for all the family. Make pies out of it and all sorts. There was can't remember what it was called. A special pie. One of the government ministers, a wooden pie or something like that. Something like that. That was a pie that had like carrots and potatoes in it, and I think it's Talking Pictures, which is one of the free channels on satellite, free satellite. They had a little video, not video. They had a little film that was made during the World War, trying to persuade people to make this wooden pie or whatever it was called, and it's a dish of pie or something. It's just the whole thing. It's really stilted. It's like weird close-ups of this mother and this daughter, and the daughter's like, I have pie, and the mother's like, ooh, I'll make you pie, and it's step by step how to make this pie, but like ultra close-ups and weird sort of angles, and it's like spooky and weird. Is it called a dish pie? Anyway, it's in the war, and it's about making this terrible pie that looks horrible. It's like and the woman and the girl's really excited about this pie in the end, and it's like, I don't know why you would be exciting. Yes, they do. I see, Philip. Yes, that's funny. Yeah, special processed American meat. Yes, it's not spiced ham. That's what it stands for. In fact, lovely spam, marvelous. Marvellous. Yes, my dad every now and then, I think he's got a sort of war mentality. He said to my mum, like, only this year, I haven't had spam in a while, should we have some spam? So she bought some spam for him. Spam fritters, that's what everyone used to eat in the olden days. It's not actually though, is it? I think it's I don't know, maybe it is made of eyes and things like that. Actually, I've never really investigated what it is. It's a sort of sausage in a can, really, isn't it? Is it chopped? Is it? I don't know. I'm not a fan of ham, so I don't really eat ham, but I am familiar with the concept. Yeah. Yeah. Yum, yum. Pig's bum. Probably literally. Yeah, so I don't know what's happening. I've got this week off and I'm not going to do anything. I'm going to the library because I found out, during all this thing, the library, you can access it online and I've been looking up family history online using the library's access code and everything because they've got signed up to it. It's like, yay! But then I tried to sign up last week to do a bit of family history because somebody contacted me that said, oh, I'm related to you and I know them in real life. And it's like, oh, you are a bit. Yeah. So I looked up the library thing and it said my library card is going to run out in November, the beginning of November. And I'm like, what? Because I only had it like 3 years. Because I remember doing it. The new library in this area got built because they knocked down the old one. And I went then and they said your library card is out of date, even though I'd only made it. So they only last for like 2 or 3 years. And the 2 or 3 years has spanned the event. And so I haven't really gone to the library. But now it's like, if you don't renew it, showing us 4 forms of identification, including your address and pictorial evidence that you're you, then you won't have a library card anymore. It's like taking this away from people who have been stuck in their house for this whole time and can't go out, probably, a lot of them, to go to the actual physical library. It's like, no, you don't have access to the library. I'm just thinking it's an excuse so they go, well, there's nobody signed up to be a library member anymore because they didn't realise that they had to renew it. It's not right, is it? It's not right, it's not right, it's not right, and it's not okay. Oh no, to the library, I want to go to the library. The library is closed, but it isn't really closed, it's just closed to everybody who wants to go to the library. I want to go to the library. I'm going to have to go to the library this week and prove that I exist. I don't know how I can prove that I exist. Now, I used to go to the library all the time. My mother used to clean libraries. But I haven't been to the library since 2018. possibly, maybe even before that. The time that I last went was when I got the card, and I've looked at it online, and it's very good online, but now I have to go back to the library, and I don't want to, because it means going outside, and last time I went outside, I twisted my ankle, and I had to see people, and I don't want to see people that I don't know anymore, because people are horrible, except for you, obviously. All of you are lovely, because I don't have to see you in person, and that's the reason this has got no tune, and everybody's gone to the moon, like Bohem and all the other people who said that they are going to go to the moon. I went to the library before as well, and I should go again too, Philip, and I probably will. Maybe I'll use this week to learn the guitar, or maybe not. Maybe I will find a way to learn things that I didn't know before, and maybe I can do an F or a B, and I don't know which one that is. But maybe I'll do an E, but not that sort of E. It's an E flat, and that might be another one. It's a... Let's go to the library again. Let's all go to the library again. Let's all go to the library again. Let's all take out some books. Books and DVDs that they probably still have in the library. Even though nobody has DVD players anymore, they've still got DVDs. We'll go get some DVDs. We'll get all the DVDs and books. That's it. Let's all make a deal. Go get all the books and DVDs from the library that they let us have, and prove that the libraries are still open, and everybody wants to go to the libraries, and then they'll have to put in more funding for the libraries. That's what they shall do. Oh, you'll have to do double the work. Oh, no. Yes. There's lots of people going on holiday for the half term, aren't they? All over the place. So I can't see that ending well for people. They've got some old books in there. They've usually got not old books because they chuck them away. One good thing I used to like about the library is you go there and they've chucked them all away, or they're just selling them for like pennies in the pound. So you can get a load of books. I'll get loads of books that I'll buy, but that won't help the library because that won't prove that the library's being used. I don't even know when's the last time I took a book out on my card. Maybe I will, but there's fewer books. I know that when they moved it from the one place to the other, there were a lot fewer books. I was like, no. And they're all populist books, which is ridiculous because they should have the sort of books that you're not likely to buy. I suppose if you're not going to buy a book, you may as well not buy a popular book. I don't know. Really? The politics of libraries. How many viruses can you get from the libraries? Probably quite a few. But I will wear a mask when I've got to use photo ID. I haven't got a covering in my photo ID though, so I don't know whether that will prove that I am who I say I am. I've probably got longer hair in my photo ID, or maybe not. Oh no, maybe not, because my passport is actually a picture that's many years old. So maybe I've got the same hair that I've got now. What goes around comes around, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, and next week, it's the Doctor Who, the Who of the Doctor. So I don't know what time that is, but I'm going to do a video next week where I will cover the Who of the Doctor and various other things. But I probably won't do it until same time, probably 8 o'clock. I don't know when it's on. It depends when I do this. Depends on when Doctor of the Who is on, and I don't watch that. And the staff shouldn't be volunteer. I think they've got a staff. That's it. They're only staffed a few days a week, and that's one I think where they've got paid staff. But yeah, a lot of the volunteers, a lot of the libraries are only staffed by volunteers, which I think is shocking because in the olden days you have to get degree and all sorts of qualifications to be a librarian. I remember when I was looking, on careers days, this is all the stuff you need to be a librarian. It's like, whoa, I'm never going to get all those qualifications to be a librarian. And no, they just go, just put any old person in it. Anyone who's got some free time. We're not going to give them any money for being there. We're not going to put any resources into it. Oh yeah, people will just volunteer. It's all good. So it's not good. They should pay proper people who know what they're doing and know the Dewey Decimal System and all that sort of stuff. They should have real people, not volunteers. I like volunteers. The thing is, I've worked with volunteers like in organisations before, whereas I've got paid not very much, but they've been doing the same job for a voluntary position, and they're just very resentful, and they also get away with stuff because you can't get rid of them because they're like, well, I'm going to take over, and also what you're going to do while I'm volunteering. So, and also I don't think it's fair that you don't give people, like, if there's a mixture of staff and volunteers, then there's going to be a scuffle and a clash, and people are going to resent each other, and I think people should get paid. And definitely they should they should pay people to go in the library, to work in the library. It's a good job. It's nice that people volunteer to help out, but it's not really, because the sort of people that can volunteer to help out are usually like independently wealthy, or they've got a bit of time on their hands. And the sort of people they sometimes ask to volunteer and don't give the money to probably could do, it'd be nice to do the work and get the money, rather than get people that either can't afford to volunteer and are doing themselves a disservice by doing it, or that are, doing it because they're trying to do some sort of, I don't know, they're taking away the jobs from people that could be paid. I don't know. Is it a library or job centre? I don't think it's, no. They've closed all the job centres around here, so neither. I don't think it's either. It is a library. It's a library. Oh, you've only just caught me though. Firewalk with me. You're going to have to go back to the beginning because I'm going now. But thank you for joining in for the last couple of minutes. I don't know what that is. Time out. That's. I was like, my arms are doing it. It's like my subconscious is telling me what to do. Like I keep imagining that I'm going to buy something and waking up, I'm buying it and go, why did I buy that? And I go, oh, I had a dream about it. And that's probably why the haircut as well. But I don't realise that until after I've done it. Go, oh, my subconscious is controlling me. It's like, la la la, I'm a puppet of my own mind. I suppose we all are. Anyway, I am going now. I will see you next week after Doctor Who, probably, whenever that will be. I'll need to find out in the schedule when that is, or schedule if you're an American. And then, because if you're an American, you probably won't have seen it already, so I don't want to spoil it. So that's, I'm probably going to just express myself about it without trying to spoil it for anyone. Okay, anyway, I'll see you soon. Bye-bye. Oh, I might be back with another mystery box this week. Who knows? Alright, bye-bye.